Hey there YouTube, it's Cobalt Blue again, bringing you a small and early Christmas gift. Before I continue on with the video, I'd like to inform you that the two big Christmas specials are coming along as we speak. I finished filming, and I'm almost finished with the script, so you'll get those on time. I just want to know what else you'd like to see in the video. Size comparisons, personal stories, random facts, etc. Well, with that tidbit out of the way, here is your early slimy gift. The Ooze Attack series was made by Hasbro to demonstrate all the amorphous fun you can have with SpiderMan 3 products. These sets include the SpiderMan vs. Venom symbiote, Venom Jaw Trap, Venom symbiotic mutation, SpiderMan vs. Sandman, SpiderMan vs. New Goblin vs. Sandman, New Goblin vs. Sandman Spring Back Attack, we'll get to that eventually, and the 10-inch oozing Venom. Today, we'll be taking a look at the ones involving Venom. Starting with the classic SpiderMan vs. Venom symbiote, I have a short story to share about my first contact with the set. I was either 4 or 5 and had taken a trip to my local Walmart with my mother. Telling me we were only there for groceries, this meant we couldn't go look at the toys. I could have dealt and respected this rule, only if my mom had kept her word and didn't wander and spend a considerably large amount of time looking at the clothes and makeup. So I took off for freedom. Arriving at the Spider-Man 3 toys, I spotted something. This incredible looking set with Spider-Man and Venom, with what seemed to include a vial of slime. Before I could get a full look at it with my hands, I was snatched away by my mom, never to see it again, or hold it until 9 or 10 years later. Spider-Man sits enveloped in the box high above the symbiote, posed to shoot a web ball at it. As the symbiote sits low and pained, above it rests the vial of Venom ooze. It shares the same packaging as the rest of the toys Hasbro made, with the exception of it being a wider and thicker box. The back is no different, showing the set in action along with a brief read-up on the set that goes, "How do you fight something that can't be hurt? For every web ball Spider-Man blasts at the symbiote, for every punch he lands, it's got another puddle of toxic alien ooze. He's tired, sticky, and sore, but Spider-Man will never give up. Not while this thing is out there." Some brief feature highlights include detailed, highly posable figure, yeah right, pull back and release to launch a web ball, and load symbiote and press plunger to spew Venom ooze from mouth. Symbiote shakes with every hit. It also includes promotions for the other toys such as Spider-Man with Web Attack, Venom with Capture Web, and New Goblin with Disc Launching Sky Stick. Nothing too special, let's have a look at the one I have opened. Starting with the Spider-Man figure, it's inferior to the rest of the red Spider-Man figures, but it gets a pass because it serves the purpose, to shoot web balls at the symbiote. The articulation sucks, a disc hinged neck, arm rotation, the right arm having a double jointed elbow and disc hinge hand, the left arm fixed in place to a defensive position, hinged legs and double jointed knees. Here's something. Years ago I had bought a loose red suit Spider-Man from either the Web Rocket car or the Hoverjet on eBay, but I'd swapped the Spider-Man's legs from the knees down to give the other one ankle articulation. So this is actually missing some posability. But Spider-Man's not the center of attention. You want to see the symbiote in action. Sporting only arm swivel, the symbiote stands tall, forming out of a black mass of symbiotic tendrils. Venom's face lashes out, reenacting the original Venom death scene. A hatch that serves as an entrance for the ooze sits on its back, and the hole is where you would insert the plunger to activate the ooze feature. No longer in possession of the plunger, I'll use this metal stick to get the job done. Before the show starts, let's talk about the ooze. With very little of the authentic ooze that I had already turned to pure liquid, I was at a crossroad for a little while. Sacrificing what I had to figure it out, after numerous mishaps and several failures, I discovered a way to make it yourself. Head to your local dollar store and buy one of those little black barrels of slime. Then you want to gradually and thoroughly, emphasis on thoroughly, mix in an undisclosed amount of water. Too little will not get you the right consistency, and too much will turn it into pure liquid. Just experiment until you reach satisfying results. For an extra measure of accuracy, you can mix in some ultra-fine glitter. I haven't done this, but I recommend either blue, white, silver, black, purple, or a combination of all of them. Once finished, you will have authentic, homemade 2007 Venom Ooze. Unfortunately, I had to glue the hatch shut because it broke off, so, you know, a hole's a hole. Follow the rules of and make sure to cover his mouth or it'll just run before the fun can start. Continuing with the metaphor, once he's loaded, the magic begins. Plunge in and out of the hole to make the symbiote vomit the ooze.
No. Please.
You could also choose to douse the whole set in ooze, but that's kind of wasteful, so that's as far as I'm willing to go with the Spider-Man vs. Symbiote set. By itself in the box and as a concept, this set is an absolute home run, but as it stands in the world of toys, it's sort of underwhelming. Don't get me wrong, the idea is amazing. Hell, it's based off the original Venom death scene, and the sculpt is immaculate, but it should have had more holes. Just the mouth is a little boring, and having multiple holes to ooze from would have made this set a lot more exciting. As a Spider-Man 3 fan, I give this an A-. As a collector, I give it a B+, and as a kid, I'll give this an A. I only recommend this if you're specifically on the hunt for it, or if you're intentionally gonna leave it in the box. It's not worth the potential price to open it up for this level of fun. Buy it and keep it in the box. If you really want to play with it, make the slime and buy a loose one off eBay. All in all, I'm happy I bought this twice, but that's just me. Next, we're going to look at the Ooze Attack Venom with Jaw Trap. At the time I got both of these to this day, this was the piece I was most excited for, ever. Ever since I was 4 and saw this in one of those little booklets, I wanted this so bad, but never had the luck until summer of 2018. Just like the previous set, this shares the same packaging as well, but advertising the inclusion of web ooze. I don't have any more of the web ooze because I had to sacrifice it to discover the secret behind it. Its sacrifice was in vain. Venom sits in the box in a rather curious position, and the Jaw Trap ironically sits next to him upside down. Standard packaging, the back's read-up goes, Eddie Brock has bonded with the symbiote and become the awesome, terrifying Venom. Now he finally has the power to take revenge on the world. There's only one man who can stand in his way. SpiderMan. That's why the web slinger is first on his list of people to drown in his web ooze. Above Venom it says, fill snapping jaw trap with web ooze, place figure in trap and press tongue to snap trap shut. And demonstrating the play feature it says, detailed highly posable figure, once again, yeah right, kiss my ass, and it says capture victims in the web ooze trap. So pretty straightforward. Down below shows the same exact figures that were found on the previous box. Package inspection over, let's see the one I have open. Here we have them, Venom and his Jaw Trap. Venom himself is the standard Venom that you can get multiple times across the whole wave. He has a disc-hinged neck, shoulder movement, double-jointed elbows, wrist swivel, diaphragm articulation, and shitty leg articulation. Not as polished as the other Venoms, but it works. Now, onto the main event, the Jaw Trap. This is possibly the most unique accessory for any type of Spider-Man or Venom toy. While simple in concept, a combination of the visual and imagination makes this a sight for sore Venom fan eyes. Expertly sculpted, it stands just a tad higher than Venom himself. A small pink tongue stands out between rows of large and jagged teeth. The top and bottom are covered with holes and splits, meant for the ooze.
And today we're gonna see if I'm faster than this mousetrap.
Place something on the tongue and the Jaw Trap snaps shut. A really sick idea for an accessory. Spider-Man toy accessories had no right going this hard, but here we are 16 years later and we have nothing else like it. And here we go, slime time. First, for better atmosphere, put Venom in a dynamic pose, if you can. With the jaw trap in position, lay a character like, I don't know, SpiderMan, that's right, SpiderMan, on its tongue and let it snap shut. Next, you'll come in with the ooze and absolutely douse the whole thing. Take it slow or speed it up, that doesn't matter, drench it. Once you're finished, admire your mess. Your beautiful, oozy, nasty fucking mess. Okay, I'm sure it goes without saying, this is definitely my favorite out of the three, not even so far, just period. You can just play with the set without the ooze and still have the same amount of fun. The wait for 11 years was definitely worth it. You see? Follow your dream. Shut the fuck up. As it stands out of the box, this is just perfection. As a Spider-Man 3 fan, I'll give it an A+, as a collector, I'll give it an A+, and as a kid, I'll give it an A+. This set is absolutely perfect. If you ever try to hunt this down, I recommend getting 2 of them shits, because this is fun as fuck. And finally, the big stinker of the bunch. Ooze Attack Venom with symbiotic mutation. Alright, let's get into it. For starters, I remember seeing this in person back in the day at Walmart and a couple times on the internet, but I completely forgot about it. It wasn't until the cooking company made a video posted on February 15th of 2013. Holy shit, I feel old. But no, I only remember this because of that video. Not to say that I wouldn't have rediscovered it later in life, but if I didn't remember it, that should show you how fond of it I was. Of course, it shares the same box with the rest of the figures. It's clearly based off the church scene, which is a neat concept, but I'll show you where it fails in execution later. On the back it goes, Eddie Brock has bonded with the symbiote and become the awesome, terrifying Venom. Now, he finally has the power to take revenge on the world. There's only one man who can stand in his way, Spider-Man. That's why the web-slinger is first on his list of people to drown in his ooze. Okay, pretty much the same read up there. This time around, the entire picture is the demonstration. Steps 1, 2, and 3, it adds Venom ooze engulfs figure, and Ray's arm for super extending tongue. Alright. Down below, we finally get more promotions for the Ooze Attack wave. Packaging inspection over, let's get to business because this set is not fun. Let's get Venom done. Starting off strong, this is a really neat Venom figure. Instead of just being another repaint of the standard Venom, it's an entirely new sculpt. Sure, it may be lacking even more articulation, but the sculpt and general texture is amazing. It's clearly 2007 Venom, but moving to his legs, they're completely covered in bonding symbiote. It's unclear why they intentionally sculpted Venom like this, but I'll let it slide because the sculpt is phenomenal and it's an amazing idea. Starting out low, he has double jointed knees and rather outstanding leg articulation, nothing in his torso, but the arms move at the shoulder. Bringing one or the other above his chest will reveal a flickering tongue that hinges Venom's jaw into a loud roar or a big chomp. It should also be noted that this Venom is oddly thick, a little overly muscular, like goddamn. Anyway, let's move on to this video's hopeless opus. Sculpted like a floor, it's not even sculpted like the church floor. I should also tell you that the painted floor didn't even come painted. I had to give it its own black wash. On it sits the face of a sneering Venom. Like, why? The whole thing is surrounded by a moat filled with pretty decent symbiote sculpting, and on the other side is a lever which raises and lowers the mutation bar. It should also be mentioned that there are 2 dips in the lower side of the base meant for Venom's knees. The box wouldn't tell you that, so you can track down an ultra rare set just to figure that out. Anyway, tantrum aside, let the slime ooze. Yeah, nothing special. So, what have we learned? Absolutely nothing, it was rhetorical. By now, it must sound like I hate this whole thing. I don't. I'm just disappointed. Yeah, I felt a little let down when I got this. I got it in 2019 during sophomore year of homecoming week. There was a lot of excitement, not just by this set, but a lot of excitement in my life. Far From Home had just hit physical media, school was fun during this time, Halloween was coming, and I had a rare Spider-Man 3 set waiting for me when I got home. I remember recording a video unboxing and playing with it on my Samsung Galaxy S8 Active back then, and I was still disappointed. I even used the ooze it came with, and it didn't even work. The ooze wasn't even expired, it just didn't work. So no, I don't hate it. I'm grateful I got 2 of them, but the way it is, it's just a flop. As a Spider-Man 3 fan, I'll give it a C+. As a collector, I'll give it an A-, and as a kid, I'll give it a C-. The first set was a toss-up. Not the best, but it looked cool. Ooze wasn't required, but it was recommended. The second set was perfect in or out of the box, the best one. With or without the ooze, you can have plenty of fun with it. But with this one, it all depended on the ooze, and it barely even works. Get it if you want, but don't open it, keep it sealed. And for a bonus, here's the 10-inch oozing Venom. Larger scaled Venom has great sculpt, great paint, it's just overall an amazing figure, with an amazing action feature as well. There we have it, a sort of review on the Ooze Attack Venom toys. No, this isn't the only video, you guys are still getting the 2 big ones. They're probably just gonna come out on Christmas Day, both of them. You see, I accidentally dropped my Galaxy S9, and it's almost completely fucked. Almost. That's what I'm making this video on, it's the last one, so I decided to go out with a bang. I want to make the 2 videos on my new Galaxy A51. They're still coming, but there's been a technological upgrade. So if you've watched this far, I thank you for staying with me as long as you have. I got a lot of shit going on in my life that I gotta tend to, so I guess I'll just leave you with this thank you and good night. Merry early Christmas.